Wednesday. It is April 5th, 2017, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And oh boy, Pat, it'll be sunny one minute and raining the next, and then sunny again, and then it rains again. That's April for you, right?
That's right.
But the temperatures are hot. It's almost unbearably hot. We're in the mid-80s, and it's that time of year when you don't have any idea what's going on with the weather. So that's enough of that, okay? Okay, cooler over the weekend, though. Temperatures are going to drop back down, and we might be as much as 20 degrees cooler over the weekend. Yeah, be prepared for that. Anyway, it's not going to be anywhere near freezing, we know that much. But it'll be a great spring-like day. Okay, we'll be closer to our average for this time of year than the 20-degree hotter averages temperatures we've been experiencing here of late. Anyway, can't complain about it because there's nothing you can do about it anyway, right?
That's right.
All right, what's that? Oh yeah,
what is this?
Oh boy, that is fun.
It's the Garden Festival and Plant Sale.
Woo.
Saturday, April the 22nd. Doors open at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Wayne Center, which is located at 208 West Chestnut Street. Really good plants for a really good price. Bring your wagon and load up. They will have annuals, perennials, shrubs, houseplants, vegetables, herbs, fruiting plants, and hanging baskets.
Oh boy, everything.
You name it, they got it.
That's exactly right. You name it, they got it. So if you're interested at all in any sort of gardening, this is the place you want to be. And if you're just now getting into gardening, there will be some of the master gardeners will be on hand to answer your questions. And if you just don't know anything about it but want to go and look around, that'll be fun too.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
And there will also be local honey from the beekeepers of the Noose.
And you know what? That is really good.
Yes.
That beekeepers of the Noose honey is really, really good. I mean, store-bought is okay, but local honey, fresh local honey, is really, really good. Beekeeping. You know, I was talking with Joe Daniels and some of the beekeepers of the Noose at the Ag Day here recently, and they talk about that is such a growing hobby, especially among young people. They love beekeeping. They're really interested in that, and bees are a fascinating subject. Fascinating. And Beekeepers of the Noose are doing a great job, and that's an organization that's really growing very quickly. And if you want to go to the meetings, they have monthly meetings. If you want to know anything at all, if you don't know anything about beekeeping but you'd like to know something about it, Beekeepers of the Noose can help you with that. That's right. They're all over the place, okay? All righty. Let's see what else we have here. What is today? Today is Wednesday, right?
Today is Wednesday.
Oh, boy. Today's Wednesday. What does that mean? That means it's the middle of the week. It doesn't mean anything else, does it?
Don't forget our senior games is
the
this
senior
month.
games. That's right, senior games going on all month.
Our seniors will be at Boulevard Lanes bowling today.
Wow, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Bowling.
Bowling. They did track and field yesterday, which was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that was at University of Mount Olive.
It was.
Track and field. You went there, didn't you?
I did.
You saw some of that, didn't you?
I did.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a little windy though.
It wasn't? Okay. Okay. You didn't see anybody get blown over, did you?
No.
Okay.
Except for maybe me. No.
Did you get blown over?
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay. All right. It's going to be an Available Properties open house. If you have ever considered opening a business in downtown, relocating your current business to downtown, or simply investing in downtown property, you're going to find out what's available right here on the 6th of April, which is tomorrow, at noon, from noon till 2. You're going to be able to attend an Available Properties open house to explore all kinds of opportunities. You'll learn about recent investments, downtown incentives, meet community partners. You can view properties available and speak with financial lenders. Lunch will be provided. If you want more information, you can call DGDC.
Downtown is really growing.
It really is growing, and they continue to make it look better and improve it. And there's so many new businesses downtown. There's a lot of new restaurants downtown, and I hope you're able to attend and eat at all of them. Yeah. Hey, ooh, boy, all right. We've got of course, this weekend, this Saturday, the Greater Goldsboro Road Run Race. Greater Goldsboro Road Race, sponsored by the Sunrise Kiwanis Club. That kicks off with registration at 7 o'clock at Cornerstone Commons at 200 South Center Street, there at the corner of Chestnut Street, corner of Chestnut. Okay? The Senior Center will be closed for Easter. Speaking of Easter, you have the schedule for Easter, don't you?
I do.
What is the schedule for Easter?
The county offices will be closed Friday, April the 14th, which
Okay.
is Good Friday.
That's Good Friday.
The landfill will be open Wednesday,
Oh.
the April 12th,
Okay.
and they will be closed on April 14th, which also includes the convenience centers.
Normally they're closed on Wednesdays.
That's correct.
So they're going to be open Wednesday,
They will be open Wednesday, April 12th,
April 12th, and,
closed on April 14th.
okay, which is Good Friday.
That's sure correct.
Okay.
The senior center.
Now, wait a minute, though.
What?
Does that mean they'll be open on Saturday?
Yes.
There you go. Okay. So they'll be open on Saturday the 15th.
The
I
senior
thought they would.
center
Yeah, Senior Center.
will be closed Friday, April 14th, and Saturday, April 15th.
Ah, okay.
And all branches of the Wayne County Public Library will be closed Friday, April the 14th, Saturday, April the 15th, and will reopen on Monday, the 17th.
Okay. Say it again.
All of it?
All branches of the Wayne County
All
Public Library.
branches of the Wayne County Public Library will be closed Friday, April the 14th,
Good Friday.
Saturday, April the 15th,
That's good.
and reopen on Monday, April the 17th.
That's what I thought you said. On the first and third Tuesday of each month, we just passed the first Tuesday, but on the third Tuesday also of each month, from noon until 1 o'clock, blood pressure checks will be given at the Senior Center. Free blood pressure checks to those who are seniors, 60 and above. All right? Also, a brain tour. Get your brain toured.
The
Tra-
brain.
Well, it says brain tour right there. See, it's the brain tour.
Okay, Wayne.
Thank you. Tracy Smith from RTS Enterprises will be at the Senior Center on April 5th. You know when that is? That's today. This morning at 10:30, she will be there to talk about dementia and how it affects the brain. It's an informative session, and it will follow with a question and answer session. If you'd like more information, you can call Rob at the Senior Center. But it's about dementia and how dementia affects the brain, which is nowadays is such a growing problem because you hear more and more and more of it. It seems to be expanding. But there you go. That's the brain tour. Now,
How can they contact Rob?
call Rob at 919-731-1589. 731-1589. And with the senior games going on this month,
Yes.
it's the Silver Arts Follies, 2, 3, 4. The Silver Arts Follies. You'll enjoy watching the talents of the seniors of Wayne County. The senior game Silver Arts Follies will be held at the Paramount Theater April 10th, 6 p.m. That's a Monday, 6 p.m. That's this coming Monday. Admission is free. Satisfaction's guaranteed. Performances will include dance, singing, comedy, and a whole lot more. If you want information, call Stacia Fields. Stacia is the Goldsboro Parks and Recreation Department, 919-739-7486. 739-7486. Or call Rob at Wayne County Services on Aging, 731-1589. Okay? Whee! What do you have? You did that already.
How about we go to our
Let's do that. How about we go to our, what were you going to say?
the next segment?
The next segment. We're going to go to our next segment. How about we go to our next segment, which happens to be up next? Hence the term next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we have guests in the studio, DJ and Ruth Coles with us. Hey!
Hey, friend, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
Good
Ruth,
to see you.
it's good to see you
Hey,
again. How
good
are
to
you?
See you too.
All right. I'm excited you're here.
Yeah.
A lot of good things going on. Tell me about the 4-day movement.
I think you and I had a conversation not too long ago about the 4-day, but I want to tell a little bit about our history. Born the 4th of June, 2013.
Right.
4 o'clock in the morning. We're almost 4 years old now. Isn't that something?
You look good for your age.
I thank you very much.
You really
Thank
do.
you very much.
Yeah.
4-day movement changed my life. I've never had it happen before. I was awakened at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was given an assignment. And that assignment was to help those, the least of these in front of us, those that were hungry, those that were thirsty, those that needed to be clothed in our community. And it's broader than just even our community, but our focus right now is getting 4-day movement perfect here in Wayne County.
So how does 4-day movement do the things you just said? How do you do it?
Thank you for asking that. Number one, by a lot of faith. I'm not going to deny that. But we have wonderful donors who have backed us. At this point, we have not received one grant. Everything that we have used for operation costs has come from local donors and some regional donors. We're pursuing other donors in the form of corporations and foundations and philanthropists and stuff like that, and even looking at some grants. But to this point, we have been funded by the generosity of this community. And Corvius Military Living, which we obtained a $5,000 grant to redo one of our houses.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
All right, DJ, so when you receive this, the dollars donated, those dollars go where and how are they used?
Great question. They go into services, and I'll begin with our 4 different pillars of service. So number one is Project ACE. That's where we assist in crisis and in emergency. So that means that ranges everything from a single mom with her children sleeping in the car to a person that comes up to us and says, I don't have anywhere to live tonight. Is there anywhere you could have me lay my head? Or we're hungry. We're running out of food in the home. Can you help us? Or I have no extra money for toiletries. Could we have toilet paper? I mean, it has spanned that gamut, and we've been able to help either be the resource or have resource referral, where we worked with other organizations to find that assistance.
So there are people who are referred to you as well as people who contact you directly.
That's correct. We have never looked for one case. All of our cases have come either through social media, through our website, through our email address, through our phone line, because we have a phone line in which it rings quite often for those that are in need. But we have Project ACE, then we have Project SAVE, and that's where we serve and assist veterans and elderly.
Okay.
We do a weatherization program during the winter, and we've done it 2 consecutive years where we help the elderly keep their house heated. And then we also have worked with veterans in any capacity, trying to either get them job related or education related and or lodging related. So we've worked with the Salvation Army multiple times, and or we've worked with NC Serves, trying to get them resource referred for whatever need they may have.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are just the first 2 programs. The last 2, E4, that is education, employment, enrichment, and empowerment. Those programs are where we've tried to have opportunities available in the education realm. We've scholarshiped a couple of students to finish their college educations. We've also provided opportunities for youth in the county that could not afford to either go to like band camp or to some of the events that they have like Beta Club. We've even paid for those kids to be able to participate in those activities that they would have not been able to participate in.
You know, this is the good old US of A. And until just a very few years ago, I was not aware, and I don't think most people were, or those that were who knew about what was going on were turning their heads away at the amount of homelessness in the Wayne County area and the number of children who were going hungry. I could not believe it. In fact, I disputed it until I was shown. There are children going hungry. There are people who are homeless, and not just people, but entire families.
Yes, yes.
Who live on the
Displaced.
streets.
Yeah.
Children, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of children.
And this is the good old US of A. We shouldn't have that here.
Right. And it's not just synonymous to our community. It's happening in many communities where you have had some of the economy pulled away from some of the local communities, some of the factories that people worked in, and they were those community factories where people, the mom, the dad, everybody worked there, and a lot of them no longer have those jobs. So we have a lot of working poor among us.
Yes.
Yeah, or working economically challenged among us.
Economically challenged.
Yeah, and literally we hear the statement every day that there are many people that are one paycheck away from being in poverty. We constantly see people who have to make a decision between do they take their medication or buy their medication or do they pay their light bill. We see that quite often. So it's been an amazing blessing to be a resource to those that one payment of a water bill kept their marriage from faltering. And we literally saw that, where one water bill in the midst of tragedy kept them from wanting to leave each other or have to separate to make other ends meet. So 4-Day Movement is far more than just organization. It is an assignment, and I love where we can not only give a hand up, we give a hand up to these people. It's more than just giving them something and going about our business. That hand up not only gives them whatever resource they need, but we listen to their story. We listen to what's going on in their life, and if the need arises, we pray with them.
Where did the name 4-Day come from?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
You've asked many.
Well, I tried.
Yes.
Hey, it's not my first rodeo, you know what I mean?
Well, when I was given the assignment that night, I talk about June the 4th,
Yeah.
I was told that whatever we would do, we would have answers within 4 days. And I kept asking, why 4 days? And I was told that more would happen in 4 days than happens in 4 years. That's what I was told when I was given this divine assignment.
Right.
So within every 4-day movement that we have, whenever we get an assignment, we work directly and diligently to have an answer within 4 days or less.
Wow.
And normally we have answers in hours. Like, for instance, we got a random phone call from a mom. All 4 of her children were sleeping in the same bed. And the oldest was 10, the youngest was 2. And there were children falling out of the bed at night. There would be one that would wet the bed and it would affect all the other children. So we put the word out to the community, and we had beds set up in the home in 7.5 hours.
Wow.
That is donation, that is having it transported to the home and set up in 7.5 hours. That's a movement.
That is moving.
It is a movement. And sometimes people can't wait forever for assistance. I mean, you can say that you want to help, but then there's 2-3 months that go by, and hope is sometimes time sensitive.
Yeah.
Hope is sometimes time sensitive. There's some people that if you give them hope, they might be willing to step up and or move to that next level.
Yeah.
But if hope takes a long time to come, then they may give up.
There's a lot of people in need out here.
There
A
is.
lot of people. And you can't do all this by yourself. 4-Day Movement, as wonderful as it is, do you work with other organizations as well?
We do, and I'm glad to say that. We are really forging partnerships with, and I don't mind naming them out loud.
Go ahead.
Habitat for Humanity.
Love those guys.
Yes, we've been in conversation with them quite a bit and seeing how we can work together. American Red Cross and the Salvation Army during Hurricane Matthew.
Beautiful.
During Hurricane Matthew, we worked together. We specifically worked to make sure we had lodging needs taken care of as much as our organization could. We took care of groceries for families, fuel for families, because those are some of the outlying costs that nobody thought of. I mean, it's one thing to give them temporary housing, but if they're not able to work or get to their job and they lose that time at their job, they're not able to put fuel in their car. So we were able to subsidize that for some of the families. And then the grocery bill, a lot of people lost all their food, all their groceries in their refrigerators and freezers.
No power.
No power, exactly. And there were some that went 4 and 5 days. So we were getting phone calls from families that you would think would be the proverbial normal family asking us, look, we've been without food for 4 or 5 days. We haven't been able to get this. Could we have some food? And we were blessed to have outside organizations, even outside of the state. We had some groups, a Faith Restoration Church out of South Carolina call us and say, we have this for you. We had multiple organizations, and it was neat to see communities come together, not only local communities, but outlying communities to help those that had been affected by that hurricane.
You just got my attention here when you said the proverbial normal family. And this would be people who you would think would be under that middle class heading, who would have an income, 2 kids going to school, and mom is maybe a stay-at-home mom and dad's out working, or maybe just a one-parent family. There is no normal anymore. You know, there's no such thing as a normal, to me, there's no such thing as a normal family anymore, because we all have our direction, we all have our interest, and some people just get to the point, as you said, where they lose their job, they lose their home. It could happen to anybody. One paycheck away.
We normally call that falling through the cracks.
Yes.
Because, like you said, there's people that you wouldn't think would need help, and that crack just happens in their life, and they fall right through it. And what we hope to do as 4-Day Movement and with our 4-Day heroes who help us, our volunteers, is to help bridge that gap and to fill in that crack so that they can keep going.
Okay. So what do we have here?
The Preparing for Rain campaign.
Preparing for Rain campaign.
That's it.
Woo!
Yeah, so
okay.
excited.
Tell me
Yes.
about it.
So this is our fundraising capital campaign, if you want to call it, and this is our big burst at going to the next level in terms of a fundraising capacity. So we have helped in this community now almost 4 years, and we've done that on faith, we've done that on grace, we've done that on some help from our community. But now is the next level for us. We have to go to the next level. Our infrastructure needs to grow. It has to grow because the demand has grown, and that demand has reached as far as Richmond, Virginia. I mean, we've actually had phone calls from Virginia area. We've had phone calls from Wake County, Mecklenburg County, Robeson County of people that needed assistance. So although we are headquartered here in Goldsboro, North Carolina, Wayne County, North Carolina, we are getting requests from different areas of the state. And we've been fortunate enough to have the resource and or to have resource referral to help some of those demands.
It crosses all barriers. It crosses county lines.
Yes,
it
it
crosses
does.
state lines.
Yes, it does.
People need help everywhere.
They really do.
And there are people who are at their wits' end. They're at their bottom as far as they could go. So you help you do what you can.
Do what we can. And we're excited that 4-Day was chosen to be in Wayne County because Wayne County is a beacon. It really is. We're Goldsboro, North Carolina, and
That's
I love
right.
that. We have our military base and kind of like a hub just east of I-95. So we really
Well,
hope
we're in the middle of everything.
we really are.
in the middle of everything.
Which
from
is
Raleigh
why
to the coast.
I believe we were strategically chosen as this is our headquarters. And we're going to be in multiple locations, I mean, in multiple states. But our headquarters will remain here in Goldsboro, North Carolina. This Preparing for Rain campaign is going to help us launch us in this area and to expand our infrastructure and also to provide more services. There are sometimes we get phone calls and we just can't meet that need at that time. But once we take on that account, once we take on that client, we are moving to have them some kind of an answer in 4 days or less.
Okay, this is April 4th, and that's coming up very soon, isn't it?
It is. That's our launch date. We're 1 week away from our launch date for this
Okay.
Preparing for Rain campaign.
Okay.
The span of our campaign is going to be from the 4th of April to the 4th of June.
Okay.
Yes. And that is very divine because it will go from 4 April all the way through the 4th of June. And the 4th of June is our 4-year anniversary of being born.
Okay.
Yes. So during those 2 months, we're going to communicate with our community. We have invited, this is a floating celebration that night as we kick it off.
Okay.
And we're going to encourage our community from the 4th of April to June the 4th to give because we're finding $10, people have no idea what $10 can do in our community. $10 can feed a family. And a lot of people may not think that, but I mean, $10 can feed a family. It's not going to be the steak. It's not going to be, you know, the best cut of meat. However, it will provide for them the non-perishables that they may need in the home. It may provide for them the bread and the things that they can have that can sustain them until we're able to get them more to eat.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
This is April 4th. It all kicks off.
Yes, sir.
The Preparing for Rain campaign, April 4th, from 6 until 8 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Come when you can, because as you said,
Floating
it floats.
party. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
At the Holiday Inn Express banquet room.
Yes, sir. Over near Logan's and Chili's right here in Goldsboro.
Right?
Yes.
And you will have refreshments available. And you want folks to RSVP
Yes.
to Ashley Horn. May I give the number?
Yes.
Of course you can.
919-921-2566. And if you want more information, you can go to www.4daymovement.org. 4daymovement.org. And then from where do we go from here? After these 60 days here of working.
We're going to continue the work in our community as we do. Those 60 days will help us raise funds. Right now, we have an office that we work out of. We're looking for a permanent office where we can house multiple employees. So if anybody out there has an office building that you would like to donate and or make us a good offer at, we would love to see you.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, how big a space do you need?
Probably about 2,500 square feet,
Okay.
somewhere in that area where we can have 4 or 5 offices and then a conference room area where we can meet consistently and train and then give reports and stuff with
That would be ideal.
Yes, sir.
Ideal situation.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. If I may, in the latter part of this interview, coming to Wayne County, and this campaign is going to help it, is we have a couple of houses here in Wayne County that will take care of the less fortunate. One house will be geared toward the single parent family that needs short-term housing, or we call it soft landing housing. That housing will be available from 90 days to a year. Yes. And then we have another home that we're working on, which will be called the Newbie Legacy House. And that house will house 4 teenage boys that are either homeless or neglected. And of course, we take care of the legal parts of it, of course. But
Right.
they will be able to stay at this home. We will get them on their feet. We will give them a structured environment. And our goal is to get them through high school and to get them into college or a trade.
DJ, this is pretty big stuff here. I mean, those are lofty goals.
They are, yes,
Now
sir.
you have a house, or you will have a house to put a family in for up to a year.
Yes, sir.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
That's wonderful.
And we have the house for the teenage boys. It's being remodeled as we speak.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That is wonderful. Okay.
Yes, sir.
4daymovement.org is the website. www.4, the number 4, Day Movement, and DJ and Ruth Coles are our guests. Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you,
with
friend,
us.
so
All right.
much.
All right. Thank
you
you,
for
Ruth.
having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Got big news for you from the Wayne County Public Library. The Goldsboro Friends of the Library book sale will begin Tuesday, April 18th. It'll go from 5 till 8 p.m., and this is for Friends members to get a sneak peek at the books before the general public. Now, memberships will be available at the door for anyone who wants to join that evening or get in early. And then on Wednesday, the 19th, the Gertrude Wheel Auditorium will be open from 9 to 5 on Thursday. That's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday, April 20th. That evening, that day from 9 to 5 on April 19th. And then on April 20th, from noon till 6 p.m. Then on April 21st, from noon to 5. And then Saturday, April 22nd, the sale will run from 9 to 5. So call the public library to reaffirm those times. 919-705-1824. Maybe. Book prices range from $50 to about $3 during the sale, and will be available for a set price by the bag on the last day. So books that are not sold, if you want to take a chance and say, hey, I like that book, but I'll wait till the last day and buy them by the bag. You'll have another.
But I am here to tell you, I would not wait till the last day.
No, you've worked this sale, haven't you?
I have.
She has worked this sale, and they go fast and they go in bunches, don't they?
They do. And I will advise, I would become a member if you want the membership to get on the membership day, which is the very first day.
Becoming a member is a good thing.
Yes,
And on the first day, it's open only to members
that's
of
correct.
the Friends of the Library. That's on April 18th
But you can get your membership at the door.
at the door. If you go on April the 18th.
That's
And
right.
you say, I'm not a member, but I want to become a member now. You'll sign up and you'll be able to go in on April 18th. That's from 5 till 8 p.m. And then the rest of the week, all the way through Saturday, it'll be open to the public. So Wednesday from 9 to 5, Thursday from noon till 6, Friday from noon till 5, and then Saturday from 9 to 5. Book prices range from 50 cents to $3 during the sale and will be available at a set price by the bag on the last day. You'll have another opportunity to get some great buys at the Friends of the Library Memorial Book Sale, which coincides with the Mount Olive Pickle Festival, April 29th. We won't go into that right now, okay? Anyway, you want to know more about this, the number is 919-705-BOOK. Okay, maybe not. 705-1824.
But there is a fee for the membership.
There is a fee for membership. Thank you for adding that. You can't
There
just go and
is.
say, I want to be a member.
No, there is
No.
a fee.
You say, I want to be a member. How much? Today is special because. Why is today special?
Because I'm here. No,
Because Pat is here.
I'm just messing.
No, you're not. It's true. It's true. You are here.
I am
She
here.
is here, see? Anyway, here's what makes today special. Today is special because it's the 5th of the month and because it's National Deep Dish Pizza Day. Oh, boy. It's also Reader Roadmap Day. When I was a kid, just a couple of years ago,
That was right up your alley, wasn't it?
don't wear that name out. That was right up my alley. Every time I got anywhere near a gas stations used to carry racks of maps, road maps, because we didn't have the internet. You know, we didn't have GPS. We didn't have any of that stuff. We had road maps, and I loved road maps. Anytime I got near a radio station, anytime I got near a gas station, I'd go in and I'd fill up with maps. Yeah, Mom and Dad were filling up the car, and I was filling up with maps, right?
He was looking at the pictures. He didn't know how to read them out.
That is very funny.
I'm sorry, Wayne.
That's a good line. I look at the pictures. I got to write that down. Anyway, that was fun. Anyway, today is also National Walking Day. Take a hike, buddy. What? Right there. National Walking Day.
Why did it skip?
Why did it skip what?
That one.
Oh, I don't know. It does. It does.
I thought he was losing it there.
No, it's on a printer that's not made in America. What do you want? Okay. National Walking Day. National Whole Grain Sampling Day. Oh boy, that's a biggie. Today is also Paraprofessional Appreciation Day. So if you're a paraprofessional, it's your day. Here's today's trivia question, right? Oh, back in the day, what's the category? The category is almost baseball. Because it's a question that takes place about or during baseball, but not about baseball. Back in the day, Stan Burrell, everybody knows Stanley. Stanley Burrell got his start dancing in the parking lot of the Oakland Coliseum. Yeah. Home of the Athletics, the Oakland Athletics. Everybody's heard of the Oakland Athletics baseball team. He caught the eye of Charlie Finley. Charlie, the owner, he made Stanley the bat boy of the Oakland Athletics baseball team. And a couple of the players thought he looked a lot like Hank Aaron, you know, the big hitter of the Atlanta Braves. Hammer and Hank Aaron, they call him. So they call him Little Hammer. Who was Stanley Burrell? We know him by another name. He was dancing in the Oakland A's parking lot when the owner of the Athletics saw him. Charlie Finley said, "Come over here, son." Made him the bat boy of the team. Stanley, Little Stanley. Some guys thought he looked like Hank Aaron, so they named him Little Hammer. Who is he? Everybody knows this guy. Well, almost everybody. Who is Stanley Burrell?
Do we have a hint?
We do not. That would
that.
really give it away.
I knew that.
I'm giving you a hint, but you didn't even know it was a hint. What am I doing? I'm straightening papers.
I do not know.
I don't want to do that. We'll find out in the next segment of the program the answer to that question and more coming up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television.
I obviously could go on and on and on about my little girl. She's kind and giving and loving and full of life. With a very strong will and a very strong mind.
Making a teeny tiny little island.
She is vivacious and keeps me on my toes. Catherine is a precious gift, and she's a joy to have as a daughter. Everything happened so fast. It was just so very surreal to be there and realize the devastation that was occurring around us. This really can't be happening. Something so horrific occurring to my precious little girl. Would we be able to save her? Hurricane Ike was pressing down on the Gulf Coast, and We lived here in Houston, and we had an opportunity to seek shelter in a building where my husband worked. And as the hurricane was getting closer, we were gathered around watching it on TV, but Catherine was asleep on a pallet in another room. There was smoke filling the hallway, and I hollered fire. When I approached the room where Catherine was, the fire was actually lapping out of the doorway. Catherine's father came running past me and dove into the room. Moments later, he and Catherine emerged. Everything happened so fast. There wasn't a lot of time to think. There was time to just react. Catherine had been burned over 70% of her body. Face was bright red except for just little circles around her eyes, which were white. She was very quiet, and she was not screaming. The look on little Catherine's face of bewilderment, and I'm sure at that point, shock for a 4.5-year-old. Just disbelief, unsure of what had just happened, what was happening. And James had been burned over 50% of his body. And would they both come out alive? I had an advantage being a pediatric occupational therapist, that I had knowledge of the amazing work that Shriners Hospital does for children, not only with burns, but with orthopedic and many other areas. So it was almost second nature to think, when Catherine can be stable, she needs to get to a Shriners Hospital. The Shriners Hospital in Galveston still hadn't reopened, and the hurricane was traveling northward, and to two of the other Shriners Hospital for children with burns, it was headed their direction.
Well, it was a busy time for us also, but we always do our best to make room for any child with a burn, and we did.
I think this is a case that really epitomizes Shriners, in that Shriners is about teams. Shriners is about teams coming together to help patients. In this instance, we stepped in and said, okay, it's time for us to step up to the plate and take care of this child.
When we arrived at Shriners Hospital, they met us at the door. Catherine needed to have surgery done, and that they were prepared to do that night.
She developed pretty life-threatening infections, what we call sepsis, where bacteria can cause children to become very sick, and she needed special antibiotics.
Catherine was wrapped from head to toe. I could see her face, her eyes, her nose, her lips. Everything else was wrapped in bandages.
They were able to cover her wound initially with skin from other people that were stored in our skin banks. She was burned over half her body, and that carries a very significant risk of mortality. Once a child with this size injury gets to one of the Shriners hospitals, the mortality decreases considerably.
It wasn't until 6, 7, 8 weeks out that we finally made it to that pinnacle of, I think we're at the moment that we can change our focus from just surviving, but surviving and living.
This building that we're in right now had been damaged fairly significantly by the hurricane. We were seeing outpatients and doing surgeries in the Houston Shriners Hospital on Main Street.
At the very beginning, when Catherine came to us in rehabilitation, she was very frightened. She was very scared.
It was not pleasant for a 4.5-year-old little girl, and she didn't understand everything that was going on.
She was having at that time some symptoms which we would call post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. She was remembering not just the burn accident. She was remembering all the pain and suffering you go to when you first get burned.
Slowly, Catherine began to trust us, therapists. So we were able to do more and more with her. The rehabilitation was painful, but Catherine's a fighter. And slowly, she began coming out of her shell, if you will.
They had picked up on her early on, even at 4.5, that she had an amazing attitude and an extremely strong will to survive.
I've never had a burn patient do any better at rehabilitation, at facing 20, 30 operations, facing multiple different doctors, facing painful experiences. She's a miracle.
I'm never going to let anyone slow me down.
She has come from a desperate and terrible experience to being a little hero filled with vim and vigor and running around a mile a minute.
Way too fast. No, I'm not going to let anything or anyone slow me down.
This little girl is smart. She's got a very attractive personality, a very positive attitude, and I think this is going to serve her well in the long term.
2, 3, good.
I love to sing and dance, and I love to do gymnastics, and I go to my church.
She's not the shy little Catherine we met. She does a fantastic job telling her story and telling others how rehabilitation is possible if you have the will to go through it.
Well, I do art, piano, voice, dance, gymnastics, and run.
Take it over, flex. There it is, good. If I could transfer what she has in her heart to all the kids we teach, I'd be a super teacher. She asks for no help.
No hands to push up. Come on, muscle. Come on.
She asks for nothing extra. You know, she's tough as nails, I say.
I'm determined to go around the world and sing and dance. That's what I'm really hoping to do.
She doesn't mope around and feel sorry for herself. She would not have the success she's had if that was her outlook on life. So she comes into class and does what she's supposed to do.
I'm very competitive. I can tell you that. I always compete with my friends.
Patients like Catherine is what brings me to work every day. She tells her story. She's an ambassador for us at the Shriners Hospitals for Children.
I expect she's just going to be a little hero and a little leader, but it's not to say that those scars are not lifelong and they're not to be dealt with every morning, because they are.
That energy she has, she's so vibrant. She attracts people to her, to talk to her. She's so pleasant, beautiful smile. She's a happy, young, normal child.
This child is going to do very well. She's going to be an effective teenager. She's going to go to college and do whatever she wants to do. I'm encouraging her to become an MD.
I am excessively proud of Catherine. She has been down a very, very, very long, difficult, painful road. I don't really want to think about what would have happened to Catherine if we hadn't had Shriners Hospital. I prefer to think I'm so grateful that we had Shriners Hospital when we needed them the most.
My favorite person in the entire world is God. And I love my parents. And then I really, really love the Shriners because they help me a lot. They're like my family, but they are my family.
Wayne Shrine Club Spring Fish Fry is coming up. On Friday, April 7th, you can get a delicious meal for only $8. That includes fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies. You can eat in at Herman Park Center, drive through at Herman Park, or drive through in Mount Olive on Highway 55 across from Mount Olive Center. The Wayne Shrine Club Spring Fish Fry. This is not a tax-deductible event. April 7th. Support the Wayne County Shriners. And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. This is Wednesday, middle of the week. It is indeed. Oh boy, it's April.
It is.
Can you believe how fast this month is going? How fast the year has gone already? Yeah, we got the Pickle Festival coming up on the 28th and 29th. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. A whole bunch of stuff going on. What's going on?
We have the vaccine clinic this coming Saturday, April the 8th. If you missed it last Saturday, you have another chance this Saturday. The first one will be at Grantham Elementary School from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And the second part will be at 1 to 3 at Old Pikeville School Building in Pikeville. Please bring your driver's license and a current address. It will make the process faster as far as your certificates. And if you need the 3-year vaccination for your pets, bring proof of prior vaccination is required.
That's right.
It's $5.
That's all?
$5.
It used to be 10.
Well, we cut it in half this time.
To make it easier for everybody.
That's right.
At $10, some people are having trouble with that. And the important thing is to get your pet vaccinated. That's the important thing. Protect your pet. Stacia Fields offers line dancing every Tuesday night at the Senior Center. Every Tuesday night, except during the month of April.
And that's because senior games.
Probably senior games.
It is.
During the month of April, the line dancing classes have been canceled. They'll crank up again in May. Okay?
So you can practice at home.
Yeah.
In April.
Yeah, that's the ticket. That's what you do. That's what you do.
And be ready in May.
Be ready in May. And then you say, may I? You say, sure, Wayne Alley.
Don't forget this.
What?
That's important.
What is that?
That's the Kiwanis train.
Is that going on?
It is.
Is it?
It started the first weekend in April.
Did it?
It did. It was very beautiful that day.
It was.
It was.
It was.
They are open on Saturdays from 1 to 5,
They
Sundays from 2 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
$1.
Mm.
$1, Wayne.
$1.
$1 to ride the train.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so do you want me
That
to...
train has been around many, many, many circles.
Many long times. Yes. You want me to read this?
No, I don't want you to read that.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's give the answer to today's trivia question. What else do we have?
The
Amnesty
answer
Day?
to the trivia question?
Amnesty Day?
We'll do the answer to the trivia question.
The answer to the trivia question.
And Amnesty Day is not the answer.
No, the answer is not Amnesty Day. Stanley Burrell was a little youngster. He was standing around in the Oakland Athletics parking lot during baseball game, before and after baseball games, and he was boogieing. He was dancing. He was dancing. Stanley Burrell caught the eye of Oakland A's owner Charlie Finley, and Charlie Finley said, "Come here, son." And he said, "I'm going to make you a bat boy." So he made him a bat boy. They made him a bat boy. You know what a bat boy is. Bat boy gets bats. So he made him a bat boy, and a couple of the players on the team said, "You know, this kid looks like Hammerin' Hank Aaron." You know who Hank Aaron is, a slugger for the Braves. He's retired now. But little Stanley Burrell became known as Little Hammer because he favored Hammerin' Hank Aaron. But who was little Stanley Burrell? He grew up and became MC Hammer. Hammer time. How about that? MC Hammer time. Anyway, that's true. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Can we do this again tomorrow?
After we talk about Amnesty
Let's
Day.
talk about Amnesty Day. When is that?
It is May 6th. And Amnesty Day is for residents of Wayne County to take anything to the landfill other than hazardous materials. You can't take that, or liquids. But it's a time to clean up. No commercial, no businesses. It's just for the residents of Wayne County.
Residents only.
Yes, keeping Wayne County a cleaner place to live, work, and play.
So that means there's no tipping fee. They're not going to charge you to take your stuff over there.
Free, free, free.
Free, 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 free. Now, can we go?
Where we going?
We're going to do this again tomorrow if they'll let us in the building. Hope you have a great day. Please drive carefully. Always wear your seatbelt, please. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Gorner.
And this is Wayne Coles World Television.